Hello everybody, it's John from DVSL Gamers. This gameplay is going to be a 4v4 on floods. It's going to be myself, Mitch, Reconos and Yrvann. Today I'm going to use my French motorized deck, primarily because of the VABs. A lot of the other allied countries, the better APCs are all tracked, so they're limited to 110 on road, whereas the VABs are all wheeled. So they're 150, so they can generally get there a lot faster than a lot of other countries. So as you can see, I've got the VAB with the infantry command, FOB, 10 Pumas and 24 logistics trucks. ATGMs, I've got the Milan F3, because these guys are awesome, 26 AP and 50% accuracy. Now I've taken them as, well, their base level is hardened, so that improves their accuracy a little bit more as well. Then I have 14 Commando Marines in VABs with the T20, well, the VAB T2013 with the M693 F1, so a 20mm autocannon. So all 14 squads of those come in there, which is rather nice, and they are all elite. You can't get them at any other base level. 7 Mistrals on hardened, sappers with the little flamethrowers, and then Legion. Now I've taken two different versions of Legion. So I had the base Legion with the AT rockets, 70% accuracy. That is very good. And then I've gone for the Legion 90, which upgraded their rockets to Eric's missiles, and they also improved the Minimi, whereas the other ones had the AA52. So the Minimi is the updated better version, and so is the anti-tank missile. Very handy. A couple of Caesars, Mistrals, Crotals, and VAB VDAA. Never actually used this. I probably should start using this more often. And that'd be a very good escort vehicle. Actually, I'm just gonna throw in 10 hardened. AMX 10 RC. Again, this is supposed to be a light tank, but because it's 150, 50% accuracy as well. The AP and the armor, nothing to boast about, but they're 150, they can keep up with the VABs. Then some Harpons for, well, I had to fill out the points, and I had points left over, so these were the only things that were worth buying. Commandos Paras in Puma Pirates, Alouettes, Mistrals, which come with the very handy 60% accuracy anti-aircraft missiles. And then the VAB Rasset, which is a reconnaissance vehicle. Only comes with a 50 cal machine gun, but it has exceptional optics. Mephistos for the ATGMs. These guys, I used these guys in a previous game and they did quite well. Plus they're amphibious, which is also handy. And then the Milan F2 Jeep AP24. So tanks will probably run away if they start dying to this. I've taken 10 as veteran. I don't actually call any of these out during the game, but I probably will try to start using them more if I use my French deck, motorized deck, more often. Gazelle Hot 2s and Celtics. Never go with the French deck if you don't have any Celtics. Very, very handy. Couple of Jaguars for seed. Mirage F1 CT for clusters. Mirage 5F for iron bombs. Mirage 111C or I, one of the two. I guess that's a 1. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Napalm, and then the Rafale for air I have these guys in the naval tabs, but obviously on floods you don't get to use them. So then I should go into the game, which is this one. So we're starting on the bottom side. The plan is for Yrvann's going to CV most of these. I'm going to attack into Juliet. Mitch and Reconos are going to take the right. Reconos is going to come over here. And Mitch is going to come up through Delta and try to support me in Juliet. And well, you can see what these guys are doing. Alright, I'll just speed it up until you can see what we have deployed. It seems like the countdown for the deployment times takes longer and longer. I don't know why, but not everybody presses ready. Come on, graphics, sort yourself out. Slowly, surely. Hello. There we go. That's a very cool looking vehicle. Yrvann has gone German. There's some cool looking helicopters. Ooh. He's got some Fuchs with his command squads in because they are 150 as well, same as the Vabs. He's got some anti-air and Fuchs Milan with reconnaissance squad in. Same kind of setup there. This is my lot. Because Yrvann is holding that, I have my Vab here. He's going to wait until I can send him into Juliet. So I've got a couple of Celtics. I've got the reconnaissance guys, the Paras in their Pumas. A couple of the light. If it double click, no, it doesn't. A couple of the light tanks. There's some Crotals, and then infantry and Vabs. I've got Mistrals, and Mistrals. I'm not too sure if these are Legion or Marines. The symbols don't tell. And some ATGMs, and also Yrvann has a couple of his Mistrals reconnaissance vehicles there as well. Mitch has gone Yuriko. With his Vabs, Marders, Weasel Totus, Rolands, Keelers, and his anti-aircraft at the back because they're always the slowest. And Reconos has gone Commonwealth, I believe. With Aslads, his Leopards, Mex. Yeah, he's gone Commonwealth. Right, as you can see, lots of helicopters. More helicopters. That's one of the new Hinds for the Czechs. It's the new Twari. Beasts of tank. Oh, he's got two. These guys are beasts. You don't want them shooting at your tanks, especially not from the sides. This guy doesn't seem to have much over here. Oh well. So the plan is for Yrvann to come here. He does actually manage to get across, which is nice. It's a nice surprise. Alright. My napalm plane's coming out. The intention was, obviously, I don't know how long it's going to take for them to drive here, but I just wanted to close off those bridges to give myself a little bit of extra time. 2 Celtics take down his very expensive Hind there, and it looks like it was Yrvann's Mistrals that took down that plane there. I lose my Celtics, but they did their job. They took down the helicopter. I also lost one of my commando squads. I'm just spreading my guys out throughout the town. I did want to try and rush infantry up here in the Vabs, but unfortunately the Mi-17s with their rockets appear. Reconos is getting ambushed as he tries to make his way to this town, but his Challenger marksman helping. Mi-17s are just shooting my guys in the front. My Crotels are trying to move up. Because they're going through the woods, it's taking them a little bit slower. A little bit longer, sorry. .122mm rockets. That's why they're taking part so easily. And Yrvann has unfortunately managed to let... Well, he's not got anything here at the moment. So they've snuck 4 MITVs here. So I'll send over a couple of Celtics. And he brings over some planes as well. So I'm losing my original force that I managed to send up here, but at the moment, unfortunately, they're not managing to ambush any vehicles. He's diverted them. I just lost the Milan team there. And unfortunately, I don't have any actual combat troops. I just have the specialist troops here. These guys were holding their own until the Formosa turned up. That's my napalm coming in and not releasing. So I lose one and then lose the other, which is so fucking frustrating. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because they lost line of sight or something, but that was so frustrating. So these guys make a big nuisance of themselves. We've got a seaplane come in, see if he can try and pick off any of that anti-aircraft. Mitch's tanks have finally arrived, so they're supporting me a little bit as well. At this point I don't have many points, or I would have flooded this with infantry. To help against the T-72s, I bring in some HOTs, or some Gazelles. Unfortunately for me, the Keelers are suppressing the Leicester 40s, else they would probably have shot down my Gazelles by now. So I'm moving up my Vabs to engage the flamethrowers. This one's got the 20mm cannon on it. So Mitch's Keelers have killed off the Leicester 40s, and they're also killing off the Formosa. So move up a commando marine squad. They ambush the BMP-3s, nearly kill one. And they kill one. So I managed to secure this again. However, the BTR-80s with their 30mm cannons come along, and 30mm cannons are very deadly. Can't shoot down an incoming missile though. So the Gazelles kill that. Unfortunately, he still has his tanks up here. Just killed one of the Vabs, and I'm going to lose these two as well. Reconos is still fighting to try and get into this town. On this map, you do need to control these two towns. And this guy has a lot of heavy T-72s. The Czech version. That's one of my Mirages. Not entirely too sure if he hit anything, but hopefully. Fingers crossed. Yrvann was scouting around with his vehicles and helicopters, and he's managed to find the VDV that were dropped off. He's bringing up Fallschirmjäger 90s, so those VDV are going to die really quickly. Reconos managed to get some SAS forward. So the SAS should manage to kill all these rather quickly. So he's running his Spados away. The T-72s are advancing using their ATGMs. And the VDV are getting absolutely mullered. Oh, they managed to kill one. see how quickly the VDV die. Spotted by 3 helicopters and nearly 40 Fallschirmjägers, they die quickly. Right, so they're clustering. A lot of people who play Pact seem to think that just firing cluster munitions will win the game. Unfortunately, that is not true. Reconos is also pushing up on the right hand side as well. It's making these recon troops run away. I brought in my Caesars, and this guy had 3 Cubs grouped together. Unfortunately for him, I saw them and then I killed them. I'm bringing up another VAB with a 20mm cannon on it. And Mitch is also putting units in the forest here as well. I've placed my Celtics over here just to stop any more helicopters from trying to sneak through. And he's also moving his own reconnaissance units in as well. That's a Strop. I don't think the Strop's guns are radar, so the radar won't... Seed plane won't do much. I tried bringing that VAB over with the Marines in. It got ambushed and I lost all but 2 men. Mistrals are engaging rats. MI2s? MI8s? Crystal and the Mistrals got 1 each. Now, Mitch brought his command squad in. So because we have Juliet and they haven't brought 1 in yet either, we are now +1. So we're 245 for 2. VDV 90 come down. I tried to pull these guys away, but unfortunately it doesn't go well. Uncle Cott's reconnaissance squad gets too close, but they did make it out alive, I think. Yeah. Yrvann's managed to get some Puma Cassiope around the left hand side, so that pretty much says that the left hand flank is open. Yeah. This is a really big no-no. If you're on this flank, you must have reconnaissance and anti-aircraft in these forests, because that kind of stuff would happen. Now, because I was busy here, I didn't notice until he actually started decapping these back units. But that's just an open invitation for a huge amphibious crossing there. So this guy's bringing in more reconnaissance and more flamethrowers. However, my VAB 20 is doing a very nice job of killing them off and their APCs. He's brought down a couple more Twaddies. Unfortunately just killed one of my Marines. Mitch brought up a platoon of Panzer Grenadier 90s. Combination of them just annihilated those flamethrower dudes. Got a bomber coming in. And unfortunately I lose. I lose every plane that I have in this French deck. The bombs actually stunned the Mi-17. VDV 90 coming in for a suicide charge. Keeler's hitting the Marauders in their side armour. It's also engaging the infantry with their 20mm cannons. So I suicide charge my Marines at the VDV to keep them away from the Keelers, and also bring a VAB forward. I've got 4 of the light tanks as well. They come up, help finish off the VDV. Jaguar comes in for a seed run, but unfortunately there's nothing there seed worthy. And the wrong time to call out a bomber, just as 3 of his planes come flying over. This guy's brought a lot of packed seals, so they're going to annihilate all of Recon's infantry in there, unfortunately. He's bringing some more up to replace his losses. This guy knows that we have Mistrals and stuff here, and yet he keeps bringing his helicopters forward. Mitch is Marsing this forest. I lost one of my little light tanks, and I'm going to lose my gazelles because I didn't realise that there was this here until it was too late. I'm trying to pull them back. Oh no, they get out alive. Yay! So I'm bringing up my light tanks, and I'm also bringing up some sappers. And as you can see, Yrvann's making a nuisance of himself. He's managed to decap 3 zones. And he's taken over his own command squads. I'm bringing up some more ATGMs because I lost mine before. I've also almost got my sappers in the forest. Unfortunately, this dude brings in BMP3s. The T-72 over here engages with the missiles into the flanks of them. Oh no, that's not T-72, sorry. I will show you what it is once this is over. Did I bring in Caesars? Yes, they are. There they are. I deployed the Caesars on this side primarily because Mitch always brings 2 fobs for everybody to use. So I stuck my fob over there with both of his. So I lost the last of my little light tanks. I've lost 1 squad of sappers. This VAB has ran out of ammunition. These 2 are happily blasting away. Milan's engaging the ZSU and missing. 50% accuracy, and 2 of them miss. Come on. But then they both hit and make up for it. Kind of overkill. Conker's team. That's what they are. But seriously, why would you land your helicopter there? Oh, that would have been so funny if that had hit by accident. T-72 rush. This guy seems to have an abundance of T-72s. I'm not sure if he went armoured deck. Mitch's ATGMs. Milan's should start engaging them soon. So they managed to counter CV this zone now, and I don't know why I didn't send these guys to get repaired. I brought up a couple of Mephistos. These guys have responded to Yrvann's attack, and unfortunately they managed to stop his command vehicle. So because of the Hinds over here, I'm bringing over my 2 Celtics that were here. I redeployed them into the centre, but I'm bringing them back over now. Got my fighter flying over. And at the moment I'm just waiting for some reinforcements to arrive. Managed to move up my surviving sappers, and I'm also bringing in some infantry. Ah, Mi-24V shooting at Yrvann's Rafale. That's not good. Twadu's engaging my Commando Marines. ATGMs. Again, 50% accuracy and both of them miss. So unfortunately he managed to get 1 truck in. I'm not entirely too sure what was in it. Nothing now. So bring up the Mephistos. This guy's sending his T-72 out in the open. 40% accuracy, 22 AP. Side shot took it down to 1 health bar. And there we go. Reconos managed to throw some more infantry in there. However, there's still the Formosa and the sappers. So unfortunately, whatever infantry he sends in there is going to die. Yrvann's still attacking. He's also brought some more infantry across as well. Commando Marines ran forward, but they've ran into motor-stroking 90s. Now, motor-stroking 90s aren't the best, but when there's 20 of them in a building and only 6 of these dudes, then they're not going to last that much longer if they start getting engaged. Twardy and the Conkers engaging the Keeler, which drives him back. Recon's bringing some more infantry up. And a single bison. I don't know if he micromanaged that, but my guy didn't shoot at him. Commander Marines getting engaged and wiped out by the Twardy. And I don't think that this guy liked the fact that I used my Mephistos to kill his T-72, so he's clustering them. Celtics coming over, engaging their Russian variant or counterparts. Boom. So they're practically out of missiles. Yrvann's bringing over some more vehicles as well, and another command squad. It'd be funny if we could get a command squad into Gulf. So I'm bringing in some Legion. I just fast moved them to here and then just drove straight across. It's 45 kph, so it's not going to take them that long to get across the river. My Mirage coming in to help bomb this town. I'm probably getting shot down right now. No, makes it out. Yeah, that's a surprise. Diggers 90. I would actually recommend swapping out Diggers if you have the opportunity. I think, I might be wrong, but I think Fusilier 90 are better than Diggers 90. Especially, I know for a fact that the AT weapon is a lot better. This guy's almost dead. Go! 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 Yes! Especially the ATGM. They don't have ATGM, sorry. Their anti-tank weapon, the Lore 80, is a lot better than the M72. Unfortunately, Recon's managed to get his infantry in, but he's getting flamed and also side attacked by the Marauders. I was bringing these guys in just as, fucking bad stroke of luck, he's bringing in T-72s. So they just wiped out my Legion, unfortunately. Poor dudes. That T-72 took a Milan in the face, reset his firing computer. At the time, I didn't see the T-80 command tank there. Mitch did, though. So unfortunately, we have a big lack of, well, I have a lack of fighting troops. Mitch still has his platoon of Panzer Grenadiers. Milan's getting quite a few kills here. That's my Caesars firing. I can't remember, this game was a few days ago on the weekend, so I can't remember if I remember Mitch saying something about the T-80 UK. This guy's for some reason running his flamethrower chaps over. I have no idea why. I just lost an ATGM team somewhere, I'm not entirely too sure where. maybe here. This guy's getting pummeled by my artillery. If I recall correctly, they don't counter battery, which makes no sense. Yrvann's still pressing across on the left hand side, which is good. That takes the pressure off the right, off the middle, sorry. And I'm getting my Celtic. Oh, I lost the Celtic. And I'm retreating the last one because he has no ammunition. Hey, Yrvann's found another CV. They're bringing out planes in response. Ah, double CV'd. Sneaky. Su-22 M4P, so seed aircraft. I'm bringing out a Jaguar and my Rafale. I don't want to send him too close to the fighters. Even though he is actually better than the fighter individually. Oh, wrong button. If there are more than one, then I probably would lose him. That's the first two quitters. We're 603 for 2. There's 3. So they managed to do well taking out this town in the middle. Unfortunately, they left their right hand side far too vulnerable. When I play on this side, I always do what Yrvann has done here. The reverse. This is what they should have done with their defences. Unfortunately, they didn't, and he managed to show them the error of their ways. Not a lot's going to get past that. And that's that. Mute. Mute. Alright, so that's those two dicks muted. Okay. 24 minutes, 20 seconds. It's up to 1,000 points. We didn't get that. We only got to 623, but it's still a victory. Mitch did well. I did well. Recon did well. He did well considering the amount of tanks that was thrown at him. And Yrvann did very, very well. It's good, a good side attack. Right. The Grutal did well. I had so many ATGM F3s in, I don't know any individual units. Caesars didn't. This guy didn't do too good or too well. Did get a cub. They primarily got anti-aircraft. I don't think I used them that much. Gazelle Hot Tomb getting a T-72. This squad did quite well. Actually did quite well as well. The little light tanks that I brought in, the 4 of them that I brought in, he did quite well. Paid for himself. Oh, he's named after a tank as well. In your dreams, buddy. Right. Now, I didn't manage to kill any of the heavy tanks. I got one of the Wilks and a Twaddy. And he had quite a few Twaddies, from what I saw. But no, I only managed to kill one of them. Oh well. Let's have a look. Yeah, I lost quite a few units to tanks. Yeah. Oh, they were the ones that ambushed my legion. Poor dudes. Right, so that's it for now, guys. Any comments or suggestions, or if there's anything you want to see, any type of video, decks, or I don't know, whatever your imagination comes up with other than porn, suggest it. So that's it for now. Bye bye.